So before drawing the muscle or the very first muscle, that is the superior constrictor, you should know one point also. See, suppose this is the upper margin of the superior constrictor. So what is present just above the upper margin of the superior constrictor? I have told you this in the case of the previous video, that is the pharyngeal wall. So this is nothing, just the thickened pharyngobasilar fascia, so which fills the gap. So this is nothing but just the thickened pharyngobasilar fascia. Pharyngobasilar fascia. So just the diagram is the time taking. Otherwise, if you know the diagram, you can easily draw the or write the origin of the all the three constrictor. So this is the superior margin of the constrictor. The superior constrictor we are drawing here derives its origin from the pterygoid hamulus, the pterygomandibular raphe here, and the side of the posterior part of the tongue. So the posterior part of the tongue, and thus it is along the sides of the posterior part of the tongue. So we will simply draw like this. So these all are the superior constrictor: pterygoid hamulus, pterygomandibular raphe, and the side of the tongue. Moreover, it has attachment to the medial surface of the mandible. I told you, you're looking at the lateral view, but it has attachment to the medial side. So it has attachment to the medial side as well. Medial side of the, that is mandible, below the and posterior to the mylohyoid line or near the attachments of the pterygomandibular raphe. So this is all about the superior and the lateral part of the superior constrictor. So this is nothing, just the superior constrictor. So when you will say that superior constrictor has come to an end from outside view, I am telling from the outside view because it will be encouched by the middle constrictor. So I am telling from the outer side, when you see it has come to end, there is a ligament, that is the stylohyoid ligament. Next thing is to draw the stylohyoid ligament starting from the styloid apparatus to the hyoid bone. So this is stylohyoid ligament. So this is stylohyoid ligament. Now you have got the lower boundary of the superior constrictor. So this is the lower boundary of the superior constrictor. Now the middle constrictor derives its origin from the lower part of this, that is the stylohyoid ligament, lesser corner of hyoid bone and the greater corner also, but in the greater corner of hyoid bone only the upper border. So the middle constrictor derives its origin from the following part, that is the lower part of the stylohyoid ligament. So this is the middle constrictor, lesser conua, and the posterior part or the upper border of the greater conua. So we have the attachment to the lesser conua and the upper border of greater conua. So this is nothing but the middle constrictor of the pharyngeal muscle. So this is the middle constrictor of the pharyngeal muscle. This is middle constrictor. Before knowing the attachments of the origin of the inferior constrictor, one thing you should know about related to something related to the larynx. When I will discussing larynx, we will discuss about it, but this is a prerequisite for the understanding of the inferior constrictor. Here is a muscle which is called the cricoid muscle or cricothyroid muscle. So suppose this is cricothyroid muscle, cricothyroid muscle. So near the cricothyroid muscle we have a tendinous band which crosses this cricothyroid muscle. So here is a tendinous band present. So the green part or the thing showed in green is the tendinous band. Tendinous band which crosses the cricothyroid muscle. And see, in the hyoid bone, you know, superior cornua, lesser cornua, greater cornua. See, in the case of the larynx also, we have the two cornuas that are the superior and inferior cornua. So this lower part is the inferior cornua. So why am I telling you this? Because the inferior constrictor consists of two parts. So the muscle itself has two parts. So what are the two parts of the inferior constrictor? We have the one is the thyropharyngeus attached to the thyroid cartilage and the cricopharyngeus. We have thyropharyngeus and we have also cricopharyngeus. Okay, we have thyropharyngeus and cricopharyngeus. The thyropharyngeus is obvious that it is located upper and the cricopharyngeus is located little lower. So the first muscle or the first part of the inferior constrictor, that is the thyropharyngeus, derives its origin from this lesser or the inferior cornua of the thyroid cartilage, this tendinous band, and the oblique line of the on the lamina of the there is an oblique line on the lamina of the that is the thyroid cartilage. So thyropharyngeus derives origin from all these three parts. That is the oblique line, here is the oblique line, the tendinous band and the inferior cornua. So these are all part of the thyropharyngeus. So thyropharyngeus has three origin, that is the oblique line on the that is the larynx upper cartilage, that is the thyroid cartilage, the tendinous band and the inferior cornua. Now the remaining part, that is the cricopharyngeus, derives its origin from the cricoid cartilage near the origin of the cricothyroid muscle. So in the lower part we have the cricopharyngeus that derives its origin from the near the cricothyroid muscle. So this upper part is the thyropharyngeus and lower is the cricopharyngeus. These two together are called the inferior constrictor. So we'll just recap all the origin of the thyropharyngeus and the cricopharyngeus. Thyropharyngeus originates from the oblique lamina, tendinous band and the inferior cornua. We have three origin, and the cricopharyngeus just have one origin, that is the cricoid cartilage near the origin of the cricothyroid muscle. See, near the origin of the cricothyroid muscle and of the cricoid cartilage. So like that we completed the origin of the three constrictor. So if you want to discuss about the insertion, then all the three have a common insertion. So what is the common insertion? See, all these are paired structure. If you are having this on the right side, the same will be on the left side. So suppose the superior constrictor of right and left side meet this place. There is a median raphe which is present along the length of the pharynx. So suppose whether it may be superior constrictor or inferior constrictor or the middle constrictor, all have the same line, that is the median raphe, which is located posteriorly, this part where both the muscle will join. So the insertion, they are inserted in the median raphe located posteriorly. Now let us see about the longitudinal muscles. So we have three pairs of longitudinal muscle: stylopharyngeus, palatopharyngeus and the salpingopharyngeus. So let's first start with the stylopharyngeus. So the stylopharyngeus originates from the styloid process, as the name clearly indicates. So it originates from the styloid process passes in between the superior constrictor and the middle constrictor, between the fibers of the inferior constrictor as well, and goes like this. So this is the first muscle, that is the stylopharyngeus. It is the first pair of, see, this is of the right side, same will be in the case of the left side, and we are having a posterior view of the larynx part. So this is the larynx, we have the thyroid cartilage, we have the cricoid cartilage below, this is the epiglottis, and this is sides, we have the hyoid bone. This is auditory tube, this is levator villi palatini, and this is vulva or back side of the soft palate, and here we have the styloid process. I think we have now have a orientation of the diagram. So this is the levator villi palatini, we have vulva or the back side of the soft palate, here is the epiglottis, we have thyroid cartilage and cricoid cartilage. Moreover, we have the lesser conum, greater conum of the hyoid bone. Now the second muscle is the palatopharyngeus. Palatopharyngeus. As its name indicates, it originates from the palate. So from where from the palate? It originates from the soft palate vulva part, and it goes like this. So this is the back side of the soft palate, and this is the second muscle, that is the palatopharyngeus, and the first one was the salpingopharyngeus, this one. Now the third muscle, that is the salpingopharyngeus. So the third is the salpingopharyngeus. See, the salpingopharyngeus originates from the auditory tube, passes more interior to the superior constrictor, and moves like this. So this is the third longitudinal muscle, that is the salpingopharyngeus. So like this, we discussed the superior constrictor, middle constrictor, inferior constrictor, and the remaining three longitudinal muscles, that is the stylopharyngeus, palatopharyngeus, and the salpingopharyngeus. So if you like the video, please hit the like button and do subscribe and share our channel. Thanks for watching.